Hello there and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression of the KUCKIAN metallic crushed pigments. I know guys, I know. I literally have been very much in two minds about whether I even wanted to film this video, but then I just thought, well, I've got them here, so I was going to try them anyway in my own time. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to try them on camera. Obviously, as I always do, I will be giving you my honest first impressions. I am not going to be critiquing John KUCKIAN. I'm going to be critiquing his eyeshadows. And what I really don't want is to kind of start any kind of drama here on my channel, because my comment section is always extremely peaceful, extremely positive. It's a very calm, it's like a calm party place, let's put it that way. So this is why I was in two minds about making this video. I just didn't want to insert myself into what is already a very kind of dramatic situation. I will just say, because I think it's probably necessary for me just to give my opinion on what I think of John. I don't like John. I used to kind of like him, when his channel first started to kind of blow up. I kind of liked him, but I always knew that he was one of those really kind of bitchy people. You could just tell with his facial mannerisms. I just always thought he's very bitchy. And then obviously everything that's kind of happened since, all of which were obviously geared by John, I feel like we've really kind of got to see what kind of person he is. I am a huge fan of Pigment, and I feel like John has to be a bit of a psychopath to have thrown the allegations around that he did. But that is literally all that I'm going to say about the subject. Also, I did just want to say as well, if I wanted to make this a drama video, I've got receipts. I've got literally, I have receipts. Literally, I could throw them into the video and it would make the video about 10 years long, but there's a lot of stuff that happened with my order. It ended up being cancelled. John said that it was something to do with the warehouse, because originally I ordered the Dirty Money lip kit along with the eye pigments, and I just got a notification one day to say that KUCKIAN was fully refunding my entire order. And when I asked John about it on Instagram, he responded and said, oh, it's just something to do with the warehouse. And actually what they've done is they split the orders so I could get the eye pigments first and then the liquid lipstick would follow. And I thought, okay, well, it sounds a little bit implausible that your warehouse would be fecking about with your orders, but okay, whatever. And then when I checked my bank accounts, I didn't have any refund in there. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, there has not actually been a refund into my bank account, so therefore maybe what John is saying is correct. So a couple of weeks passed, I still didn't have my order, and first impressions were popping up all over YouTube of people testing out their products that they'd received. So then I just thought, right, I'm just going to Snapchat John and just say, look, what the feck is going on, John? Just tell me what's happening. So then I Snapchatted him, not expecting a response, but he responded straight away. And I'm not going to go into it because I don't want this video to provoke any drama. So all I'm going to say is that he basically told me that my entire order had been cancelled and that he was going to send me out these eye pigments free of charge, and also Dirty Money would never be coming because I believe that he's kind of discontinued that. I don't believe it ever went into production. But the long and short of the story is that I did get a full refund for my entire order, and I essentially ended up getting these for free because John said he would send them out so that I could try them. So that kind of is the story in a nutshell. There's a lot more to it, but I'm not going to be exposing it because I do not want this to be a drama video. I want to stay as far away from drama as I possibly can. Believe me, I like to watch drama, but I just don't want to be involved in it, I'm not one of those kinds of people that likes to insert themselves into drama. I'm the kind of person where if there's a fight or an argument going on, I will happily kind of watch, But if someone is trying to like fight me, or not fight me, because let's face it, like who am I right now? I'm not in the Orange is the New Black cast. But I'm just the kind of person whereby if someone's trying to start conflict with me, I will literally turn around and just leg it. I will leg it because I do not like confrontation. I don't like arguments. I just don't like any of that kind of thing. So, I mean, I love the Real Housewives series because there's so much kind of bitching and arguing, and I love it. Like, I'm all for watching it, but I just don't want to be part of it. So I'm not going to divulge anything else, but all I will say is I'm not going to be getting dirty money. That seems to just be a non-existent product now. I don't think anyone's going to get it, but we have the eye pigment. So that was a much longer intro than I actually wanted it to be. If you're new to my channel, I shop on AliExpress frequently. Probably half of the videos here on my channel are made up of AliExpress hauls, testing out AliExpress makeup. And I know that there were a lot of theories that John KUCKIAN basically just kind of private labelled his products and bought them from AliExpress. So I did buy just a few kind of single eyeshadows, and in particular I bought a couple by the brand Focallure, which, by the way, if you haven't bought any Focallure products, you need to like definitely get the Bright Looks eyeshadow palette and the Twilight palette, which is limited edition, so definitely get that. I've got first impressions on my channel. Look at me just like throwing in like my other reviews into the video. But can I just say as well, just I know you're going to be like, Anwen, just get on with this swatching already, but I feel like AliExpress has been really disrespected in this whole situation. Coming from someone that really like loves AliExpress, I shop on there all the time and I've never really had any issues whatsoever. And in particular, Focallure is such a good makeup brand that it kind of, I was like offended by everyone saying, oh yeah, he's just private labeling like cheap makeup from AliExpress. And it's like, well, excuse me, it's not that cheap. Well, it is. I mean, it is cheap to buy, but a lot of it is actually really good quality. But anyway, that is beside the point. So anyway, I got two Focallure singles. I got this beautiful kind of vibrant purple, and I also got like an orangey shade. I just thought I could test out the quality of those up against John's, and we can, I don't know, to compare. So finally we're going to get into the swatching, and I am actually going to be applying this on my eyes today as well. I'm a little bit nervous because I know that Pop Looks experienced a bit of a reaction on his eyes, so I'm a little bit worried about that, but I don't tend to have like very sensitive eyes anyway. So yeah, I've had this over a month now and I've not actually looked inside. So this is what the packaging looks like. I'm sure that you will have seen this by now if you've been following the whole KUCKIAN makeup line fail kind of situation, because let's face it, it was a fail. Like, let's face it, I think after the Peter Mon video, I think like even his ride or die fans had kind of lost any respect for him, to be honest, because it was just so like extreme. I don't know how anyone could make those kind of, you know, life-altering allegations about someone, like a fellow human being, without having the evidence. Anyway, again, don't want to insert myself into the drama, but look at me just freely talking like blah 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 blah. I mean, really, stop me if I start, you know, talking again, because really I don't want this to be a drama video. But anyway, so this is what the packaging looks like. It actually looks really 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 nice. It feels really nice. Can I just say right now, right before I get into the swatching, what has happened here is John KUCKIAN has private labelled eyeshadows that have been made in China, because he says right here, it says made in the PRC, distributed, I don't know if you can read it, but made in the PRC, which is People's Republic of China. It's just basically a fancy way of saying this is made in China, but we're going to say it's made in the PRC because that kind of sounds a bit better than made in China. I feel like there's a stigma, you know, when products say they're made in China. So that's just like a modern fancy way of trying to get round having to put where the product was made on your packaging. You just put made in the PRC instead of made in China, so it looks better, you know. And it's been distributed by KUCKIAN. I remember when John KUCKIAN was first kind of formulating, you know, his makeup, and he would literally like every day do a Snapchat where he was showing you, you know, what he was kind of mixing up in his dirty ass kitchen, just like, oh yeah, I'm just mixing these pigments up in my kitchen, and you could see like half of a chicken breast just laying there, you know, on the floor. You could just see dirt. You're thinking, oh my gosh, John, like seriously. But he made it out like he was actually making the formulations himself, and he was like a chemist in his kitchen, and I'm just thinking like, that's bullshit. Anyway, yeah, so what has happened? What has happened 100%. He's not had any hand at all in making his products. He's just private labeled them because it's a lot cheaper and a lot lower risk, sorry, for him to do it that way. So okay, so let's open her up. And it does say here, hi, and I can just hear his really annoying voice in my head, hey, and I'm just like, bye, feck off. I mean, really. Anyway, I said that this wasn't going to be personal, so, oh my gosh, this looks cheap. Cheap as hell. I mean, look at this. What the feck is that? Ugh, I don't think I've ever seen like any makeup in any cheaper packaging in my life, and I have bought so many products from AliExpress. Okay, what's this situation? So we've got a brush which looks like it has come from the 1980s. It's one of these kind of dual-sided what? It's a double-ended like foam brush applicator. I'm actually not going to knock that too much because I do actually really like those types of brushes for applying like shimmery shadows to my lid, so I'm not going to criticize it too much. So okay, oh my gosh, like it's funny, it's like all the effort's gone into the box, but then the actual like these little like homes for the actual product look utter garbage. I mean, it just looks so Shania Twain. I was going to say a rude word, Shania Twain. Okay, so we've got titties. Oh, titties, I mean, really, could you ask? Someone says, oh, well, I like what's on your eye today. What is it? Titties. Could you imagine, really, in the workplace? Oh, yes, it's titties. They'd be like, what? What? Okay, so anyway, we've got, sorry, I didn't want this video to be so long, but it is. So we've got titties. Let's have a look at titties. And John has an obsession with titties. Okay, so this is titties, and it's like a just, I can't think of the word right now, so I'm just going to show you and hope that I don't need to remember what word it was. We've also got salvage, which is the purple shade, and it looks like it's already had, can you just kind of see that in the light? It looks like there's been a finger in there already. Can you even believe it? And next we have Shook. John said that this little situation, like that looks actually really, really pretty. It's like a goldy, like orangey shade. John did say that these were just like a package that he had laying around. So, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to swatch. I've got clean, non-wet fingers. I should have said dry. I mean non-wet fingers. So I'm going to begin with Shook. I'm just going to put my finger in there. And I'm just going to swatch it. Oh my gosh, right. Okay, so that does actually, it looks really, really nice. And these are meant to be like a crushed pigment. So it's kind of like a little bit more of like a chunky formula. But look, it's actually really, really, it's really nice. Like it's got a nice bit of sheen to it. It's got a lot of pigment to it. But I can see a lot of very, very micro kind of goldy kind of glitters in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because my camera is not very good. But I mean, I can't say I don't like it because I do. Look at it on my finger there. It actually is a really nice formula, I would say. So next we're going to go in with titties. Gotta love some titties. Okay, so they feel so soft as well, like so soft. This is what it looks like on my finger. It looks really good. I mean, it looks really good. I said, you know, this was going to be about the products and not the people. I sound like Pop Looks, don't I? But it's true. I mean, look. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, guys. You can't say that it's not because it is. I mean, and this doesn't mean that I'm going to go out and buy any more of KUCKIAN's products when they come out. I actually won't. You know, these look very nice, but for me, I wouldn't want to support a brand that I didn't like, you know, or that I thought that they had bad ethics or morals. So I just wouldn't want to support him, do you know what I mean? And his made-up KUCKIAN foundation, so he doesn't have to pay tax. I mean, really. Okay, so this one is a salvage. Again, it feels really, really soft. Oh my gosh, and it's a beautiful shade. It's really beautiful. It's like an ultraviolet purple, and as you can see, it's pretty like chunky, but that's normal for like a crushed pigment because they're kind of like they're like an eyeshadow, but they've not been pressed as hard as a regular kind of eyeshadow would be. Give some the pigment and also the sheen. Okay, so there we go. We have the three shadows right there. I actually think that all three of them are really, really beautiful. I feel like potentially when he swatched them, he may have had a wet finger or he maybe didn't because they do actually look very similar to John's swatches. Believe me, when I watched his kind of what was it called? Like the introduction to KUCKIAN, which was just so overly dramatic. And I know he had that, like, you know, the posh Frenchman's voice on there as, like, I think it was like tongue-in-cheek humour. But I thought, well, he's definitely like doctored this, the swatching, or he's definitely, you know, wet his finger first or really rubbed his finger in there. But I'm going to just say, like, my opinion is, after swatching these, I kind of don't think that he did, only because they've swatched very similar to how his did. The purple one isn't, I'd say, as great as the other two, but I mean, they do actually look really, really good, is my opinion. Do I think that John had any hand whatsoever in making these? No, not one bit. He definitely just private labeled them. So, okay, so next I'm just going to swatch a couple of the other eyeshadows that I got from AliExpress, and then I'm going to just move on to a little bit of an eye look just to see how they perform on the eyes. So this eyeshadow is by Fira, and this cost me, I think it was like £1.29. So I'm just going to make sure my hands are clean. Okay, so that is what it looks like. It is actually pretty similar to John's one, but yeah, it's just not quite as purple, but still very, very pretty. I'm going to now swatch a couple of the Focaccia singles. These shades are not in any way really that similar to the KUCKIAN eyeshadows, but I got them purely because I wanted to test out the formula, because Focaccia seemed to be the brand that everyone seemed to suspect John had private labeled, so that's why I just wanted to get a couple so that I could just compare, like, the formula, the texture and everything. So I'm just gonna dip my finger into them both. They do feel very similar. They feel very similar, very soft, like they don't feel like dry or anything. They just feel very similar. So if I just kind of swatch these, that's one and that's two. They are similar. I definitely say that John's, like, crushed pigment formula, I feel like it is a crushed pigment, whereas these don't sell themselves as being crushed pigments. These are just eyeshadows. So I actually do feel like they're not the same. Like, I would definitely say, like, just based off this very, like, unscientific, like, test, I would say that I don't think that they are the same as the Focaccia eyeshadows. And I know that since John kind of released his makeup, I think people have actually found out which private labeling company John was supposed to have used. I don't know if that's been proven or how it could be proven, but yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to do those little kind of acid tests for us all to have a little look at, just to compare how they look against other eyeshadows that are being currently sold on AliExpress, because I imagine a lot of brands do private labeling. So anyway, okay, so on my eyes today, I don't know which one should I try. I mean, I really actually like all three shades. I am kind of more of like a nude kind of girl, but I feel like I'm going to go ahead and maybe go in with like the orangey shade on my lid, and I'm going to try and like recreate how, you know, John did it, if that makes sense. Right, so I'm going to go in with my little KUCKIAN double-ended dildo brush from the 1980s, and I am just going to get a little bit of that up on the brush, and I'm just going to pat that onto my lid. I feel like this is going to take fucking ages. Okay, so it is actually applying really kind of opaquely upon my eye. And a little bit kind of goes a long way. Okay, so let me just see in my mirror. Yeah, I mean, the shade of it, like, it is very, like, pigmented. And, you know, it's kind of not patchy. It doesn't look dry. It does have a nice kind of, you know, metallic look to it. I'm going to feck off the brush because I feel like that's going to take ages. And I'm just going to go in with my finger. And I'm just going to kind of pat that on. Can you see that? It's actually got a really nice kind of metallic look to it. And John, what did he do on the model? He kind of just, did he use his finger to just kind of blend it out? I think he may have done. So I'm just going to do the same, because the formula of these eyeshadows isn't like your typical kind of powder eyeshadow. They do feel like very, like, easy to work with your finger. They've got an almost kind of creamy, like almost like powder to cream kind of feel. So you can kind of manipulate, you know, the powder a bit and, you know, kind of show it where you want it to go with your finger, which you won't be able to do with a lot of other kind of eyeshadows. Okay, so all that being said, I am going to go in with a blending brush just to try and blend this fecker out. Also, like, I totally didn't mean for this video to be this long. I wanted it just to be quite short, but then I suppose I feel like you can't do a video on John cooking without giving a little bit of background, or I think like I had to give my opinion on him because I didn't want anyone to be thinking that I am supporting him, because I'm not. I'm just a girl that was very intrigued about his makeup. Okay, so a little bit definitely goes a long way with these eye pigments. Like, can you see how much this is actually blending? I think, you know what, if you were to have like a palette of this formula with, you know, all different kinds of colours in it, I think it would actually be really, really nice, because I feel like these were a bit crappy. Like, can't really understand the mentality behind releasing these little like single eyeshadows in a little pan that isn't magnetised. It was Jordan Buys, I believe, that noticed that they weren't magnetised, and it's like why would you not magnetise them? Because I'm sure that that wouldn't have added much onto the cost, you know. But I'm just gonna blend this out just a little bit more. Like, for me, I would totally lose this within a day. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and replicate what I've done on this side, on the other side, and then I'm going to probably go underneath. Okay, I don't know why I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards, but I've applied the purple, what? Purple. I've applied the orange to my lids and just blended it out. I thought that the eyeshadow blended really nicely, and I actually don't have any complaints. So next I thought I would put titties under my eye. I mean, that's a strange sentence. Titties under my eye. I mean, I would like it if my titties went as far up as my eyes. That would be good, but sadly, after breastfeeding 2 kids, that's not a possibility unless I get fake titties. And yeah, I definitely would if I had the money. Also, just like an irritation update, my eyes feel absolutely fine. I was just sat here like blending, and I suddenly thought of Pop Lux and how his eyes got all irritated, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, but my eyes feel fine. I am going to leave this on for a little bit after I've filmed, just to like test it out. But obviously, if my eyes do start stinging or there's any kind of irritation, I will update you all. So I'm just putting a bit of titties, which was this shade. I'm just going to go ahead and plop this like under my eye. I always like to have like a super grungy, like cracked out under eye kind of a situation going on. The thing I do like about these eyeshadows is that they go exactly where you kind of want them to go. They're just super easy to like blend out, so I really do like that. So in terms of the eyeshadows, I mean, I kind of do like them. What I might do actually, I'm going to put this under my eye, and then I'm going to put a bit of the purple somewhere, either under my eye or on top of my eye. Not sure. Okay, so I've put the red kind of under my eyes, and I'm next going to just incorporate a little bit of salvage, which is really what John needs to be trying to do with his career. I need to put this somewhere, so I'm thinking like maybe, should I plop a little bit? Oh no, okay, I'm just going to plop a little bit under the eye because I don't know where else to put it right now. Oh, I just got a bit into my eye at that point. Next I'm going to put a bit of the purple into my crease just so I can kind of smoke it out a bit. And also, right, I something went wrong, so I put a little bit of this and tuck it like right into the inner corner because I thought it would look really grungy and have a real good impact. It looked crap. Don't ever do that. Never, never, never do it. It looked terrible, like literally. Okay, so just blending this. I'm just patting first and then blending that bad boy out. I feel like as I've been blending, I've lost quite a bit of the, you know, metallic kind of punchy orange shade. So I'm just going in with my finger and I've done it on this side. So I'm just going to pat this onto my lid just to bring that colour back. Because let's face it, it fecked off. It was like, okay, I'm out of here. So, okay. I'm not going to put my mascara on because I'm basically not going anywhere. I'm just going to be hanging about the house. I can't be arsed. I mean, basically just cannot be arsed putting mascara on. I really hope you don't mind. Okay, so just to kind of conclude my review of these 3 eyeshadows, I actually really like the formula. I think that it's really easy to work with. It just goes wherever you want it to go. It blends out beautifully, and I think it's kind of pigmented. It's packed with colour, and also it's got that kind of sheeny look to it. So I mean, I think it would be kind of it would be dishonest of me to say anything different because I actually think the eyeshadows are really, really good. However, would I wear these again? No. And it's not just because they come in this really like flimsy, ridiculous packaging. The reason why I wouldn't wear these again is because I stand by Peter, and I stand for everyone that's ever been bullied, everyone that has had any kind of false allegations thrown against them, and I will not support a evil bully is the thing. So I will not be buying any more of KUCKIAN's makeup. I will be throwing these in the bin because every time I look at them it just makes me think of what a dip John KUCKIAN is, you know, because let's face it, he is just, I can't think of the right word. Well, I can think of many words that I would like to call him, but every single one would unfortunately render this video demonetized. So I am just going to say he is a sloppy poo head. You know what, as well, just like as I've been talking, I feel like my eyelids are itching a bit. And I know you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I mean, like maybe I'm just imagining it. You know, like say if you're in the office and Brenda says that she thought she saw a flea jumping around, and then she's feeling itchy, and then you start feeling itchy. You're like, oh my gosh, I literally am infested with fleas right now, just because you've got it in your head that there is a flea infestation. It's the same thing. Like I feel like because I've got it in my head that these cause irritation, maybe I'm just overly imagining it. But as I said, I will leave any updates in the comments down below or in the description. But yeah, these are going in the fecking bin. I'd burn them if I could, but I feel like that would definitely be way too much effort. I thank you so much for watching this video. As I said, I think that the formula is great, but if you go on AliExpress, you can definitely buy the exact same product, but you'll be supporting a brand that aren't bullies, basically. And just, you know, just a brand that don't make slanderous allegations against people on the internet. Also, I do have something to say, and it was really, really funny because obviously we all know that John doesn't have anyone else working with him. It's not like he's got a team of customer service reps. It's him. It's just him. It's really funny because when I Instagrammed him and I said, look, will I get my product? Will I actually get a refund? What's going on? He replied and he said, okay, could you just email like KUCKIAN at Cosmetics or Team KUCKIAN, whatever his email address is. He said, just email them and they'll be able to help you. I'm thinking, so John, you and I both know you're like texting me now, and then I'm going to email you via an email address, and that's you. That's not someone else. This is you. Are you insane? Like, are you literally insane right now? But anyway, I'm going to end this review here. As I said, I did not intend for this video to be anywhere near as long as it is. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I would definitely not recommend any of KUCKIAN Cosmetics, whether it be these eye pigments, whether it be any of his fecking lip kits, I would definitely say do not support John KUCKIAN, because I think it's about time that he had karma come and slap him in the ass. Anyway, sorry, there's me at the beginning saying I don't want to get involved in any drama, and then I'm just like, yeah, like karma come spank him in the ass. I mean, spank, spank, spank. He'd probably enjoy that, as I might. Or anyway, what? I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more. Okay, so I'm back just with a tiny little update. I've been wearing the eyeshadow now for about 3 hours, and I just wanted to, like, I put loads of glitter on, feck loads of glitter on, just to try and make me feel better about having KUCKIAN's situation all over my eyelids. But yeah, I've not had any bad reactions, like my eyes feel fine. I'm just about to go wash it off, so I just wanted to come and give you that little bit of an update. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to let you know, because I know a lot of people have been saying that the eyeshadows caused some irritation. There was none for me, but I still don't recommend you buy it. Definitely do not go near KUCKIAN and his makeup products with a barge pole, because you don't want to be sporting that kind of Shania Twain. So I'm really going to go now.